What's good, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing another day in the life of an entrepreneur. I run multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. I'm 22 years old, and I got one of my top students here with me today in town, Josh Jones.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Josh Jones started with me a couple years ago. He had closed a couple deals, and he got into my mentorship, and within 6 months you closed about 200 to 300,000, right?
Yep. 200, 300,000.
Yeah, so you just flew in from Dallas, and I'm going to be showing them my whole office, him and his brother, his twin brother, Jalen. So I'm going to show them my whole office. They're going to talk to my team. They're going to see exactly how I run my business and learn the whole company up and down, so that way they can go home, back to Dallas, and scale their business out the exact same way.
Let's do it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you everything about the business, what everybody does, and how I run the company here. So Sean's dispositions, okay? So there's a reason Sean's in his office alone. We used to have other desks in here, but he needs to have nobody locking up deals while he's selling them, so he's got to be alone. So if you get Dispo, you're gonna want to put them in a different room, separate them. And so he's selling all the deals. If you scroll up, we have $150,509 assigned right now, pending to close. So we have a $55,000 deal. This is not going to close April 30th. It's closing sooner. When is it?
The 11th.
April 11th, $55K. We have $20K. Greenham, San Antonio. This is closing.
This you funded this one today, right?
I funded Glen Pass. We're getting $30K, but I had to send a wire on that one to double close it. I had to actually pay 50 grand to fund it because the title company wouldn't do pass-through funding. So that's why you got to save up your money too, just in case.
Yep.
And then Greenham, though, is a $20K assignment. That's regular cash. We didn't sell it on the MLS. And when's that closing?
That one should close next Friday.
Give me the rundown on the rest.
Jackson, we're still working on this one.
Title issues.
Bunch of title issues on this one. This one's
Yeah,
fucked.
so 15K might not happen on that one.
This one's ready to go. The seller just needs to provide
death certificates,
but we haven't been able to get a hold of him in a day.
But that'll close. It's gonna be 12,000. We just need to get death certificates.
He needs the money bad, so he's gonna pull through. But
and then
we just gotta get those death certificates. This is a lot. You got this for what, 1K?
Yeah.
I listed it for 10, so we're making 6,500 on it. And
so
then you have
vacant
that
land's
assigned
good
already?
too. Yeah, this is all assigned.
This was supposed to.
So this is all assigned.
Wednesday,
earnest money deposited.
Yeah.
And so this Barry Bedell one already closed. We're just waiting on the check in the mail. How much is that one?
5,800.
5,800. We have 38 under contract right now. 38 deals in escrow that we're marketing, trying to find cash buyers for. Scroll down, or they're on the MLS. All the blue ones are on the MLS. JV deals that he's working. Some of those are probably yours.
I need to delete a bunch of these. They're old, yeah.
I see Utah.
Yeah, UCOM and stuff. And then closed, we have all these closed this year, totaling, this year so far, we've closed 156,000. So you're even ahead of me, bro, this year because you got that 6-figure deal.
Yeah, so I can't. Yeah. I don't really count that one.
Yeah, so you're at 90 if you don't count that, but you're at 220, bro. So a student that I trained is even doing better than me this year. But when all this closes, we'll be at about a little bit over 300,000 this year.
Yep.
And we are going to sell a lot more for April. This is all closing first week of April. So first, second week of April. So by the end of April, we'll probably be closer to 400,000. So this year we'll do 1.3 million at the pace we're at.
What's up with it, guys? It's your boy Josh. I know you guys been seeing me make a ton of money off wholesale and real estate. I know a lot of you guys don't know what it is. So I got my mentor here, Jacob Blank, to give you the spiel. Since
I started mentoring Josh, I've helped him make over $500,000 wholesaling real estate, and you can do it too. And me and Josh want to show you how. So we're going to be holding a free live training showing you exactly how to get your first deal and make at least $20,000 in under 60 days wholesaling real estate. We're going to show you the process from start to finish for free. There's a link down below in the description. Click that and sign up for the free live training, and we'll see you there.
It's free.
Sign up. So that's dispositions, right? So he works on selling all the deals. We got Ian making sales calls. We got Louis making sales calls. Louie's been with me for 5 years since I started my business. And Louie, touch on this for a second for them to understand how much better we've got. When you first started with me, the training that I had for you on the wholesaling business and on sales, it was kind of all over the place. And we were even telling you to just look stuff up online, right? So how is the training now compared to now? Like, we give you everything you need to succeed now, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, a lot better from like when I first started, and it's pretty streamlined. Like, well, you gotta ask the sellers. And
So how long did it take you to get your first deal when you worked with me initially, when you first started?
I think it took me like a couple of months or
Couple of months.
maybe 3 months. Yeah.
So a couple of months, and Ian got his first deal in 6 days, and Colton got his first deal in 4 days. So you see the difference in 5 years of learning this business and experience and getting our training processes dialed in. It went from a few months to get a deal to nothing. Nobody could get it done like Louie. Louie always comes in clutch. Louie always gets deals, and
That's good.
anytime Louie locks up a contract, we know that it's going to be profitable. So then we have 2 more guys back here. They just ran out to go get some. They play a lot of pickleball, so they went and they're going to buy shoes
What is
for
that?
pickleball. Pickleball, it's like mini tennis. It's hella popular out here. So yeah, more acquisition guys back here, and then back here we got studio room for making videos and whatnot. So bro, with your YouTube channel, I think it makes sense to like put something in your office too, like build something out that's super sweet. The look at your new spot though is chill with the windows behind you and stuff, but like if you built something out at work too, have your dad pull up, film him there, could be good. But yeah. So I mean, that's a tour and kind of like how the departments are kind of broken up. You guys got questions or certain things you want me to show you in specific? And let's go back to my office and we can chop it up.
Systems, man.
Yeah. The thing is, when somebody doesn't work out, I instantly start hiring people again right away. That's super important. The thing is, it takes time to get them up to speed. So if you don't have people, you're delaying your progress. And a year is short. You've probably started to realize, like your first year in business felt like 3 years.
Yeah.
But now, like that you actually are a business owner, 1 year flies by in no time. You're like, shit, I have only 6 months left to make the money I want to make. So if you don't get new people in the door ASAP, you're not going to scale. As far as scaling, there's just so much. The things you need to do is you need to track KPIs 100%. And you need to be recording your calls, which we got to get fixed.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
that counts how many calls you make. That counts how long you've been talking to sellers. So our ideal metrics, and Ian's been really good at this lately, is 100 calls a day, 2 hours of talk time. That's what you want to be shooting for. If you're not recording your calls, bro, you don't even know how many you've made, right?
Nah, I don't. That's crazy.
So you could feel productive, but you're actually super lazy. And when you check your stats, you could feel like, oh, I've been working my ass off today, but you'll check and you've only made 20 calls. And it's like, damn, that's not good. So that's why you need that just as a KPI thing. This is how you want to scale your business and track everybody's KPIs. So you have access to this too in the mentorship. So what it does is it tracks how many deals they close per quarter, how many deals they've got signed, how many calls they've made, their base pay, their commission, how much revenue they've brought in, how many calls they've made, all of that. And then you plug that in for each quarter, and once you get to quarter 2, it's going to compare the quarters so you can see their growth. Are they doing worse or are they doing better each quarter into the year? And you do that for all of them, and then it also compiles them and tells you how much they brought in for Q1, Q2, Q3, so you can see it all. And then once you get to the end of the year, it tells you how much they made over the whole year. But then another thing it gives you is acquisition growth. So it's going to tell you how much growth did they have from Q1 to Q4. So let's say we hired 4 sales guys, right? And we get this all plugged in at the end of the year. And we see one guy had like no growth, barely any growth, and everybody else grew tremendously. This guy's probably got to go.
Yeah.
But it's all about numbers. We wouldn't know that if we're not looking at the data. That's the thing about scaling a business and really making a lot of money. It's all about tracking the numbers and paying attention to that. Otherwise, you're flying blind.
Yep.
And it's just a side hustle at that point. Like, you can make a lot of money not looking at anything and just like hustling to make it happen. But if you really want to like really scale it, you got to know what's going on to a T.
Yep.
So some trackers like this help with that. But even just putting the basics in place, like having a system that records your calls and tracks how many you're making, just to be able to check your daily stats, is going to be a game changer.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling him KPIs, super important.
So yeah, both these guys joined my Inner Circle mentorship program, where we have weekly calls and they get access to every part of my business, a business in a box. I hand you my whole company, everything I built over the past 5 years, and so they have access to it. Josh also was on my mentorship one-on-one for the past 2 years. Like, it was like 2 years ago when you signed up now.
Yeah.
A year and a half.
A year and some months. Yeah.
So you'd closed like 2-3 deals when I had that call with you to get you signed up, right?
Yeah, like
And-
2, 3. Yep.
Yeah. And then you made how much money in the first 6 months with my guidance?
I think it was around 6 figures.
6 figures, but
Yeah.
I think it was 300,000, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say 2. I think it is like between 2 to 3.
Yeah, 2 to
Yeah.
300,000 in after 6 months of working with me. But you had only closed like 35 grand at the time.
I closed like 40. It was like 45.
45.
Yeah.
In wholesaling, do you think my mentorship was the biggest game changer for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy, bro? I was so scared to invest that money. Just like how he was.
Yeah.
How he's sitting right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
you invested a lot. This new mentorship program is a lot more affordable. And Jalen, your brother, was super worried about spending the money to invest in the mentorship too, even though he's got proof right here. You guys are twins. That's what I was telling
That's what I don't get. Like, I'm his living proof. Like, I'm right
literally
here.
the same person.
Like-
That's what I was saying on the call with him, getting him enrolled in the mentorship yesterday. I'm like, bro, you are copy and paste the same dude. Like, this is simple.
And we twins.
That's why I invested it. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just
Yeah, you'll be good, bro. You're gonna be successful no matter what. So another thing about scaling is you've seen there's a lot of people in this office.
How many is it total?
Colton, Spencer, Sean, Ian. So and Louie, we got 5 people. 5 people in here right now. And then I got my full-time video guy, Derek. So that's like my full
Same
company
here.
in the US. So you see, it's 5 people plus me, right? So you can't do it alone. You gotta delegate and you gotta have people helping. And that's one of the hardest things, to find good people, number one.
Yes. Like,
To train people, and then like even being a good leader and a good manager.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough. If you're not a good leader and you're not a good manager, you may have people that want to help you, but you don't know how to hand stuff off to them right. So then it becomes like there's a bottleneck, right, in the process, and it adds more stress to you even when it was supposed to help you.
Yep.
It's one of the most complex part of this business, figuring out how to get staff that can help you. What's your struggles been with finding people? Because I know you just got your first office.
finding good people, people who actually want to see the business grow.
How have you been finding them? Through your social media?
Yeah,
or?
social media.
Yeah. So
And network groups, network events. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the same way I've been doing it. That's been best. Spencer, though, he's one of my top guys, and he came in through Indeed. So Indeed's another good place to hire, but it's kind of expensive, and you'll get a lot of shitty applicants. But it's part of the process. If it costs $3,000 to find an employee, but then they go and they make you $500,000 a year, it works for me.
Yeah.
Make you $300,000 a year, $350,000. Yeah.
And I kind of like how it's like all somewhat young people,
Yeah.
more motivated and driven.
Yeah,
you know?
so most of these guys been with me 4 or 5 years. So Louis older, he's almost 30, and he's got 2 kids.
Oh, well, he looks young.
He looks young, but everybody else has started with me when they were like 20 or 21. Now they're like 24. And I was like 17, 18. No, I was 18 when because they started in this office. Everyone except Louis started in this office.
Well, you had this office when you were 18.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was 16 and 17, I had a little tiny office. It was like 400 square feet.
That's where I'm at.
And it was not clean like yours though.
Oh, yeah.
Your office looks nice. Mine was, you remember it, Derek? Yeah. It was like outdated. I mean,
He said it was not.
they like painted it and had new carpet and shit before I moved in, but it was like brown colors. It was like outdated, bro, but it got the job done. So, cause look, we're here now. Yeah, and another thing too, what I've seen is you want to at least make sure your guys are averaging $45,000 a month revenue brought to the company, like minimum. If they're right around there, then they're doing good. So you want them closing, like on average. Obviously, they may have a month where they do less, or may have a month where they do no deals. But when we do that tracking over the whole year, when we get the average of what they've brought revenue generated to the company, it needs to be like 45K on average per month.
Do all of your deals come from CoCaller? Because I know you got like what? How many callers?
So I had 50 callers through. I had 50 callers through the last portion of like the last 6 months of 2024. Now I dropped it down to 30 callers, and I'm implementing digital ads a bit again. But over the past 2 years, I've mixed between callers and digital ads, and we've talked about that.
Yep.
But cold calling still has always been my best, most profitable, most consistent marketing channel. And for the longest time, like most of my career in this business, I only did cold calling for 3-4 years. Like that whole digital ad thing is new to me. And it's good. The leads are more motivated, but what you come to find out is, again, it's about the KPIs and the numbers. It's cost per contract. So the cost per contract on digital ads that I've been running, I've done the math, and it's a little bit over $4,000 it costs me to get a deal, right, in marketing spend. And for cold calling, though, it's about $3,300. So it costs me like $1,000 more through a different channel. So cold calling's more affordable. I've always ran my own call center, so like that I built out myself. But it was never a call center that was like scaled out where other people could get callers from me. It was just I built it for my own business. But now Josh just signed up with Launch VA, which you're going to get your callers through Launch VA. It's launchva.com, and it's launching soon, but we got him early access. But yeah, we're going to have 300 agents at that call center. It's going to be in Egypt, Philippines, and Mexico callers. And so yeah, I'm scaling that out too. Let's talk to Sean some more. Sean was not Dispo until about 8 months ago. He'd been acquisitions for me for years. So I find it's hard to hire somebody as Dispo just straight up. It's better to convert an acquisition manager to Dispo. But Sean's more like the customer service analytical type. Compared to like full-on sales guy. We've trained him to be a better salesman, but he's not naturally a salesman. So he kind of fit more into that Dispo role. And for years I was like, he'd probably be a good fit at that, but I just wanted to keep doing the Dispo myself. For 4 years, I did all my Dispo. This is like, past couple of years I've tried to hand it off, and I had some other guy that I was paying a lot of money a month in salary too, and he did not work out for Dispo. And then after that, I was like, let's give Sean a shot at Dispo, and it's worked out great. I was telling them how you were acquisition manager for years, Sean, before I switched you to Dispo.
Yeah, for like 3 years, something like that?
Yeah, 3 years. Do you think if I hired you on to Dispo, like, being an acquisition manager before being Dispo helped you a lot?
Oh, so much, because I know like the whole process from beginning to end, rather than just jumping into Dispo. Like even when I was doing acquisitions, I thought Dispo was like, oh, super easy, just call buyers. I didn't realize how much went into it.
If I just threw you into Dispo, like that's tough. So that's the things in business too. That's why tracking all your shit's important, because you got to track your deal flow, you got to track your cash flow, like how much cash is coming in and how much is going out. Otherwise, bro, if business slows, you'll be in a pinch if you're not looking at your numbers of what you have leaving the bank versus coming in. It's all just important.
You like Dispo better?
I love Dispo. Yeah, so much better. I hate that.
Why? That's a good question.
I was calling sellers for yeah, like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of want to do something different, switch it up a little bit. And Dispo is so much better talking to buyers, talking to you, like JV deals and all that stuff.
You had a bit of a struggle in sales in the beginning too, where you weren't able to put pressure on sellers.
Yeah, it took me like 3-4 months to get my first deal when I first started, but then once I figured out the process and like really, started I was like studying outside of work how to do the sales process and all that shit. That's when I started to actually get some deals. And then,
you think you're more like suited for Dispo, like your personality type. People have been saying to Sean that he'd be better at Dispo for a long time, and I was like fine selling them because. Bro, this is how I ran my whole life and my whole business, and this is how you guys do it. I spend like 9 a.m. to like 2 p.m. on calling sellers trying to acquire deals because that's most important. And then I spend like 2 to 5 p.m. selling the deals. And it's totally possible to split your days up like that. Like Sean will even jump back to calling sellers like 2 days a week. And he'll split his days up like that. That's how you're gonna run it. Like that's how you want to split your days up. Focus on acquiring deals first, but second to that, always put time in on checking everything you have and what's selling. So like
I gotta be more this
is another thing that'll help you guys too. Click on one of the Dispo interest sheets. We have VAs, virtual assistants that aren't in the office here, that they go and they do mass calling to the hot buyers and our cash buyers list and to all the local buyers that we find on Investor Lift that are buying flips in the area. And then they'll go work them into here and we create a sheet of what's going on with them. So we're organizing everything when it comes to what offers do we have. Because here's the thing, like if you get confused too, like what offers have we gotten? Or where's their phone number? Where's that one guy's number that offered me this? And you always, before you sell a deal, you need to be able to go look back at all the offers and all the interest to make sure you're maxing out the deal before you sign with somebody. So having like a dashboard like this where you can just check in, okay, what's our best offers? Okay, this guy's offering more. Was that guy serious or not? Okay, let's take the offer. But if you don't have everything organized, you're a mess. And then over here, we have click OK there. We have a checklist of all the different options for marketing that our virtual assistants can do to sell the deals. So go over it with them. I got to take this call real quick.
So we don't do a lot of these, but like realtor notification prop stream, that's when they go in and call the realtors in the area, right, Jacob?
Yeah, that's
and
what
they ask.
Realtor notification.
They ask, like, hey, any of your past clients, would they be interested in buying this deal we have here? Send them the address. Email blast, that's just through Investor Lift. Text blast, same thing. God mode, it's like, do you guys use Investor Lift?
Nah, I heard about God mode though.
Yeah, so it's the God mode, so they just call the buyers on the God mode list. Flip comps, prop stream, they'll go in.
Does that stand for some God mode?
Wait, say that again?
Does God mode stand for something?
So that means they've been clicking on properties nearby and looking at other people's listings nearby.
And
okay.
Isn't that they're vetted, like they're approved?
Yeah, they're vetted too. I mean, like so with Investor Lift, every buyer has a score given to them, and how they get that score is it means how active are they being, how many properties are they clicking on and looking at, how many are they making offers on, and then the God mode and the Artemis mode they call it now. And what's the other one? The hot buyers. It's all buyers that are, hot buyers are buyers that have clicked and looked at your listing, right, on your actual property. And then God mode is all the buyers in the area that have looked at other similar deals and have flipped deals. So we go ahead and we export their numbers out and we put it into a dialer and we have 2 VAs dial it on a multi-line dialer. Yeah, so they get through it really quick. And then show them one of the Dispo interest sheets that has like so much, where they got us so much. Like this one. Look, they called all these people, scroll down, and we got all these people that said they were interested and wanted the details of the property. So we're doing like mass outreach to buyers. And these are VAs that are only costing us like $4 or $5 an hour, $6 an hour at max to do that tedious work. So like, for example, I would need like 3 of Sean to do that. But what I can do is I can just have one Sean and then outsource out of the country assistance for Sean. And now I'm saving a lot of money.
And they're good. The 2 people we have are good too.
Yeah, like I have some really good VAs.
Where'd you find them?
Mexico, Going there and posting in those groups, those Spanish groups.
And you taught them everything?
Taught them a lot, but most everybody in the towns that are like close to borders in Mexico, they usually went to high school here in Arizona. And so they're like super educated, and the call center business and like admin work is like one of the main jobs that's available there. So all of them have already worked this type of stuff before. So training them up is super easy. But I mean, they catch on quick. All you have to do is get on a Zoom call to train them, record the Zoom call, give it to them, and they'll just click through the Zoom call as they do it themselves to watch the process. And like, that's simple. So that's like SOPs and training. Like if you're training somebody on something, record it, put it in a drive folder, give them access so they can go look back at it. Now they don't have to call you back in the office to say, can you show me this again? They can just watch it. All right, but you down to go get food? Sean, you down? They're gonna meet us at K. O'Donnell's.
Yeah.
Louis, tell them about your big check in June of last year on that 120K deal.
Yeah, I looked up a Cali deal for like pretty cheap, and yeah, it was like 100K.
Yeah, and I paid him about 16K on the deal, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
This next month I should be bringing in like 100 G's though.
Yeah, he's got that 55K deal that I showed you guys in North Carolina. That's him.
Like last week, and it's already sold.
He's got that 20K deal is him too, that Greenham deal. Louis.
I heard when you lock up deals, they're deals. Like real deals.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Yeah, like his fallout rate is, none of his deals fall out. He closes like
Louis
everything.
a silent killer.
All right, bro, here you go. Good job. Appreciate you. Keep it going. 100K next month. All
Louis
yourself.
He can't stop smelling.
That's how it's done. All right, let's go grab food. You're gonna make 250,000.
Yep.
No doubt.
I was working at Walmart at the time. I was sitting in my car like crying because I was so broke. They did a Q&A at the event. I started crying, like real tears, like crying.
You'd cry in front of 2,000 people if it would help you succeed, bro. You cared that much about changing your life. What's it like working with your dad on the channel?
My dad's funny.
What did you think of my mentorship?
It changed my life, like for real. Shout out to everybody who support us. We wouldn't be here without y'all, man.